You guys know we got more lowriders coming out in April and what looks to be a new DLC update in May. So if you need some cheap shark cards, head over to G2A with the link in the description and use code BOSS for an extra discount. Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we're going to be doing another Q&A video where I take your questions from Twitter and I answer them all in this video. Now, in today's Q&A, we've got a bunch of awesome questions, and as always, if you want to get involved in the next one, all you have to do is go down in the description, follow me on Twitter, and use the hashtag AskBoss whenever I'm looking for Q&A questions there, which is typically about once a week. Now, I also should say, before we get started, have a happy Easter if that's something you celebrate, and if it's something you don't, then have a great rest of your weekend and Sunday, and hopefully it's starting off nice with this Q&A video. So like I said, let's not waste any more time and let's get it started. Now, the first question came from multiple people. That was a trend in this week's episode. Multiple questions asked the same time, and this one was, what do you think the next DLC is going to be, or what do you think the next big update is going to be for Grand Theft Auto Online? Do you know any information about the next update? I was asked that so many times yesterday, so I figured I would start off with that. And I'm assuming all you guys that asked those questions are talking about what do you think the next, official DLC is going to be, because from what we've heard from rumors and in files and what's clearly been seen in game, it looks like all of April is going to consist of the 3 lowriders that haven't been activated in the game yet, which are the Tornado, Minivan, Sabre Turbo, as well as the inch-by-inch sports adversary mode, which I've also covered in other videos. So I'm assuming you guys are talking about what's going to be happening in May. And that is, of course, when the next big DLC or rumored DLC update is supposed to come out. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to be a big update, something like Executives and Other Criminals, or if it's going to be something pretty small like the January 2016 Benny's DLC. I really don't have any information to sway my opinions one way or another, other than the fact that it looks like we're going to be getting some sort of adversary mode that goes along with that update also, and I think it's called In and Out. Now, for whatever reason, that kind of has me worried, because whenever Rockstar add like their adversary modes into the game, they're typically not big updates. I mean, we got an adversary mode with the Valentine's Day DLC. That wasn't very big. We obviously got one with the January Drop Zone update. We got one with the recent Lowriders DLC. So that's kind of got me worried that it's going to be another small kind of Benny's-like update. And that's something I don't want, because Rockstar typically release their biggest and best DLCs kind of in the summerish springtime. So like, May, June, July, August, those are when the big DLCs come out. And I think Grand Theft Auto Online is long overdue for a big update. And maybe Rockstar is having to wait until E3 when they can announce something big, whether it's for single player or online. But I just think that with the latest update, people are maybe slightly tired with lowriders and, of course, might want to be seeing something different. So although I can't tell you what might be in the next update, I'm pretty positive that May is going to be bringing us something big, or maybe something hopefully different than what we've currently been seeing recently. Now, that's actually an awesome segue into the next question, which I also got asked a lot, very surprisingly, and it happened to be about Ill-Gotten Gains Part 3. I got a bunch of questions saying, when do you think they're going to release Ill-Gotten Gains Part 3? Do you think another Ill-Gotten Gains update is possible? Ill-Gotten Gains Part 3, is it coming? Hashtag AskBoss. So you guys saw all the questions that they asked right there, and I think this is stemming from the fact that Rockstar just announced a Ill-Gotten Gains week or update week, where they put a lot of discounts on sort of the Ill-Gotten Gains 2 vehicles. They also gave out a new t-shirt, and it was really random. And in my original video, I even stated why is Rockstar doing that? They're either hinting maybe towards something that could be coming in the future, or they've just run out of ideas for weeks to do. Because you guys know, Rockstar have literally done every update week in the book, whether it's, Contact Mission Week, or whether it's such and such week, and now Ill-Gotten Gains update week. But I do think it was odd that they've chosen to go with Ill-Gotten Gains as their update week. And this is something I'm asked a lot. I think that there was just more of a question base in this Q&A because of what Rockstar did. And I think that the Ill-Gotten Gains DLC series was one of the best updates for Grand Theft Auto Online. Not only were it the last 2 updates to go to last generation, but also there was some pretty great content in there. You know, all of it was centered around kind of luxury themed. So we obviously got 2 awesome supercars, which was really rare for online at the time. A bunch of cool weapons and clothing. It was pretty good DLCs. I'm not going to lie. I had a really great time with those 2 updates, and I think most of the community did as well. And that's why I think a lot of people are maybe asking for a part 3. So is it certainly possible that Rockstar could release Ill-Gotten Gains part 3? Yeah, it's absolutely possible. And does this latest update week kind of made me think that it could be even more possible? Yes, but the only problem with that is it would be so disconnected. So obviously Ill-Gotten Gains part 1 and part 2, they literally came out a month apart from each other. I think in June of July of 2015. And even to an extent, the Lowriders updates came out pretty close together. So if Rockstar were to do part 3, it would almost be a year after part 2 came out, which would kind of disconnect it from the rest of its updates. So yes, is it possible? But it would just seem like it would be very disconnected. So that's the only thing I'm worried about. But I certainly would not be complaining if that were to be the next thing that Rockstar were to announce. Now that's actually a kind of an interesting segue into our next topic, which comes from Juicy Mango Gaming. He states, #AskBoss, do you think Rockstar will discontinue GTA Online for last generation in the near future? Juicy Mango, I do not think that is going to happen. One, Rockstar knows their player base. They know that a ton of people still play on the Xbox 360 and the PS3, so I would imagine they wouldn't just completely disconnect it, even though they're focused on PC and Xbox One and PS4. For example, I'm pretty sure the GTA 4 servers are still up, and there's like not even anything you can buy in Grand Theft Auto 4 multiplayer, so Rockstar are literally just keeping those servers up just because they want to. So I don't think they're going to be discontinuing GTA Online on the last generation. Even though it might not be the biggest moneymaker for them, they clearly still know that people play it, people enjoy it, people have a good time on there, and I think they would make so many people upset if Grand Theft Auto Online were to ever be discontinued on last gen. I mean, that would be the biggest firestorm ever. So I want to hear from you guys on that. What do you think would happen if Rockstar discontinued GTA Online for the last generation? But I don't think it's going to happen. That doesn't sound like Rockstar to me, so I don't think you have anything to worry about. Our next question comes from Guy Frizen. He says, do you think GTA 6 is going to be delayed because of Grand Theft Auto Online's popularity? Now, I'm actually going to be doing a real dedicated video to GTA 6 a little bit later today. There's been a bunch of rumors about Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out lately, and I feel like it all started with the article that I covered a few days ago, but nonetheless, we'll touch on that a little bit later, and I think many things have been delayed because of Grand Theft Auto Online's popularity. I think that a story mode expansion has certainly been delayed, maybe even 2. I think that maybe Rockstar's other titles might have been delayed, whether it be Red Dead Redemption 2, or whether it be, Max Payne 4, or Grand Theft Auto 6. Yeah, I absolutely think the success of Grand Theft Auto Online is something Rockstar maybe didn't anticipate to the degree, but certainly has an impact on the other things that they've done. So honestly, I'm not sure when Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to come out, if we'll ever know a release date anytime soon. It might be, like I said in previous videos, the year 2020 before we get Grand Theft Auto 6, which would be insane to think about, considering that would be 7 years after GTA 5's original release. I mean, some people might go all the way through high school or all the way through college by the time one Grand Theft Auto comes out to the next one. That's just crazy to think about. But yeah, I certainly do think that GTA Online's popularity has had a significant impact. And we're just killing it today with the awesome segues. Our next question comes from Kyle Hoagie, who tweets at me, are you still expecting a story DLC? And when is the most reasonable time for a release of one? So yes, I'm still expecting a story DLC, and I'm holding out hope until E3, the Electronic Entertainment Expo, where Rockstar might actually show up and they might announce something. That's kind of like my last hope for Grand Theft Auto 5 story DLC. And when's the most reasonable time to release one? Well, because that a story mode DLC is likely going to be something that's paid, like it'll be $25 or $20, something along those lines, I would imagine that Rockstar would do it around the holiday time, November or December. One, a lot of people are off from work, school, so they've got more time to play it. And 2, it's the holiday time. People are more likely to go out and spend money on something or receive it as a gift and then maybe be hooked on the franchise forever and they become a permanent fan. So that ultimately makes the most sense for me in terms of a timeline. It also works out best for me. I love playing video games during the holiday time. I feel like I have more time to just sit down and enjoy them. So that's what I'm expecting, but all of it is going to probably hinge on what Rockstar announce at E3. And if they don't announce anything there, then I don't know what's going on, but hopefully they do, and hopefully we get some answers soon. All right, and our final question comes from Jan Pisek, and he tweets at me, what features do you personally think that are missing and need to be added into GTA Online to make the game better? Hashtag AskBoss. All right, so that's a pretty deep question is our last question here, and I could make an entire video on that, and I have, but there's just a lot of little things. There isn't one big thing other than maybe one or two things like the casino and maybe like the stock market that I think would make the game a lot better, but there's a lot of little things, just like changing the amount of guns you have in your inventory, or a better way to organize the clothes you have, or updating the server so that you could maybe get a sandbox style mode where you can't buy anything, you can't do anything, but there's no consequences for your actions. So just the little things I think personally need to be updated. I don't think there's a huge overhaul. I personally think the GTA Online system is pretty good in terms of what it does. I just think there's little things here and there that organizationally would make the game so much better. But really, that's all the questions that I'm going to be tackling in, like I said, this week's Q&A. If you want to get involved in the next one, once again, all you have to do is go down in the description, follow me on Twitter, and every time I ask for Q&A questions, just submit yours with the hashtag AskBoss. If you did go on to enjoy the video, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, where you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With out of the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.